Hello, everybody. How the hell are ya? It's your Black Wolf here. And we are back for the first time in a while inside Monster Jam Steel Titans. And I decided to come to, I don't even know what the hell stadium this is, Oakland or something like that. And we're using the gold El Toro logo, which I have not upgraded at all. Oh, this is actually going to be an interesting track. Okay, so the news came out. I don't know if it happened earlier today or if it was days previous. Let's see, it's... Why is it going off kilter like that? Come on. Okay. Let's see, it's already past midnight, so it's January 17th. So it would have been the 16th, I guess, when the news came out, possibly. I was just scrolling through Facebook when I saw it. Stupid advertisement about... and it was just an advertisement because I don't even follow the Monster Jam Steel Titans page on Facebook. I don't know if I ever did, but I certainly don't now. Okay, that was weird. But either way, the little sponsored ad came up in my feed, and I saw it. They are already working on Monster Jam Steel Titans 2. They finally made the sequel, either that or they've been working on it a while and just finally decided to announce it. You can find the trailer on YouTube. Just search Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 announcement trailer or something like that, and I'm sure you'll find it. But I'm going to rant about it for a little while because it doesn't really look like much of an improvement. What little gameplay footage they showed looks like the same old stuff that we get from this game. The physics look the same. It looks like the same derpy, ridiculous kind of physics. And instead of giving the fans what they want and what they've been asking for, they're slapping us in the face with more hokey bullshit non-realism that we don't want. They said they've tweaked the physics, but it really doesn't look like they have, and if they have, they haven't really made them much different. And instead of just making it about the racing and the freestyle like what people wanted, they're adding more big open free roaming maps, including a big old doofy haunted castle looking place. And there's like booster ramps that shoot you off real fast, and it looks like instead of going the realism route like we've been asking them to do, they're going completely the opposite direction, and they're going back towards the older Monster Jam games like Urban Assault and I'd say Path of Destruction, but I don't think that one was really all that unrealistic. But there were a bunch of other Monster Jam games that were really unrealistic, really hokey. Oh boy. Come on, get it in. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, it does not look like they've improved anything, at least not in a realistic sense. Okay, if you don't mind. Okay, they had to reset me because there's a big-ass ditch over here that you just can't seem to get out of. Front flip. Yeah. The one thing that they have done that seems like it's okay or nice is they've added some more trucks to the game. You may remember probably in the first episode I did playing this game, I mentioned that it was conspicuous in its absence, the Avenger truck. They added the Avenger in for the next game, which is nice. But if the game's gonna suck anyways, it doesn't really matter. They've also added 3 more versions of the Monster Mutt truck. 3 versions I didn't even know existed. I haven't really been following Monster Jam throughout the last year. I mean, with the COVID crap. Plus, I never really watch the... Can you get off your roof? No. I don't really follow it on TV all that much because, let's see, I don't really watch much TV anymore these days anyways. Oh, look, we're back out of bounds. Whoa, that was interesting. Shot off real quick. All these ruts, it's starting to hook and go squirrely. I don't know how they get one little fire extinguisher squirter there to shoot in 2 different directions. There should be 2 of them. Yeah. But I'm going to have to say, I will not be buying or playing Steel Titans 2 when it comes out. Oh, the other thing I should mention is that they've added multiplayer, but it looks incredibly weak. The max you're going to be able to get is 6 players, which isn't even enough to do a small racing event, because a small racing event would have at least 8 for a small racing bracket. And the most they can muster is fucking 6. So that's gonna be kind of weak. God. I still don't know if they fixed the wrong chassis on some of the trucks, and if they're adding the Avenger, it's probably going to have the wrong chassis because it has the same, if it has the same chassis as every other truck that's been in the damn game. I think the chassis that we're looking at right here on El Toro Loco, is what's called the CRD chassis. I could be wrong. Can you write yourself, please? I'm trying to make a damn point. There. This chassis is the standard monster truck chassis, and I believe it's called CRC, or that's what it's referred to as. I don't know what CRC stands for, but I do know that the Avenger uses the Corey Rummel chassis, which would be CRD, or CRC. Was I saying that wrong? The standard is the CRD. And I think that's probably just the name of the company that makes it. but the Avenger uses the CRC, or the Corey Rummel chassis, which is not quite the same. And then the big offender of the whole chassis business is Max D, because he runs what's called a Willman chassis, which is set up really different. It's why the Max D truck that Tom Meents drives and the one that Neil Elliott drives both use the Willman chassis, and they both have the front engine configuration, as in the engine is in the front of the truck, not mounted in the back behind the driver like you see with this one. It would be in front of the driver, and it forces it so that the driver's seat has to be off to the left-hand side of the cab, the inside of the truck, instead of being centered like it is in every other frickin' truck out there. Pretty much every monster truck these days, the driver's seat is centered in the cab, and the engine is mounted behind the driver. And they do that for weight balancing purposes. But for some reason, Meents likes to have his engine in the front, and he likes to have his driver's seat off to the left-hand side, which would be, you know, the stock position for a normal pickup truck. But then his truck don't even look like a normal pickup truck. It's got that futuristic SUV body style. What in the hell was that? Wonky-ass physics again. This ramp. There we go. But yeah, anyways. But like I was saying, I will not be buying this new sequel. It looks like a serious copy and paste job. The graphics look the same, the trucks look the same, aside from the new ones that they just added. But again, for the trucks, it seems like they were all copy and pasted to begin with anyways, because like I said, they all have the same damn chassis, the same damn tires and wheels, the same axles, everything. The only thing that's different on a couple of trucks is you have the El Toro locos that have the smoke shooters, you have the Dragon trucks that shoot flames. None of the other ones even really do anything all that special, which is weak. And there was the big omission of, and of course they did it to be PG and all that, the Soldier Fortune truck is supposed to have like a machine gun thing on the back of the truck, because it's supposed to be like a military truck with a machine gun in it. But they didn't put it on the truck because, oh no, it's a gun and we can't have... Like kids don't play Call of Duty and know what machine guns are. Yeah, just stop the momentum for no reason. What the hell? Yeah, keep going around and around like a dumbass. Boogie boo. There we go. Hey, I finally got that last piece of the body to come off. You can just look at the gold chassis. Sparkly gold. Don't think this truck ever existed in the real world. A gold El Toro logo or any of the other gold trucks. The Fire and Ice ones are dumb enough. ride that bicycle. So anyways, the new game looks like a copy and paste job of the old game. And the old game wasn't even really all that great to begin with. They're adding new open world places to free roam around, like anybody cares about that shit. And again, it's just really obvious that they're trying to appeal to kids, even when the kids have said that we want something more realistic. A point that I want to make. There was a video here on YouTube. I do not remember the name of the person who uploaded it, but the YouTube channel, it had like a real name. It was like somebody's real name. The video was called something to the effect of History of Failure, like the history of Monster Jam or Monster Truck video games. And it was a good 30 to 40 minutes long, and he went over and basically chronicled like all these Monster Jam games, dating all the way back to like the early to mid 90s, when there was like a Monster Jam game, or it was a USHRA. It was called Monster Wars, was the first game, and it was based on the old Monster Wars TV show, which was USHRA Monster Trucks. And it was on, like, I think it was on the old Sega Game Gear handheld gaming system, going way back here. But yeah, this guy went and chronicled all these different Monster Truck games dating back that far, and most of which were Monster Jam games. You know, Urban Assault was in there, the original Monster Jam game from like 2007 or whatever it was. Or maybe there was another one before that, I don't remember. But there was Urban Assault and Path of Destruction, and the Monster 4x4 Masters of Metal game. But he went and chronicled all of them and was just talking like all of these are way wonky and they're not really realistic and they're not what people were wanting. And there were even some of the, you know, good games like Monster Truck Madness 1 and 2. And then there was the N64 version that they also had and everything. And it's, but yeah, he went through all these games, not like playing them. There was gameplay footage, but just talking about like how this one stacked up and how that one stacked up, and most of them were crap. And then he also started talking about Rigs of Rods and BeamNG Drive, which aren't even really intended to be like Monster Truck specific games, and they're certainly not sponsored by Monster Jam, but they have the most realistic physics of any game with monster trucks in it. But anyways, so that video was on YouTube, but weeks or even months ago, it looks like it's been taken down, because probably Monster Jam had a problem with somebody talking smack, and not even really talking smack so much as just telling the truth. It's like, look dudes, we're asking you for something specific and you can't be bothered to fix it. Why? We're telling you what we want as consumers. We want a realistic game, you know, realistic physics, the ability to make our own custom trucks. And apparently, this is according to one commenter who was on, let's see, I mentioned the post on the official Facebook page for the Steel Titans game, where they made the announcement for the second game. Somebody in the comments section on that video said that the order came down from Feld Motorsports themselves. They told the developers of the game, Rainbow Studios, do not put in the game the ability for people to create their own custom trucks. So it's been ordered by Feld. They don't want us to create our own custom trucks. And I have to ask the question, why? Why would you not want us to do that when it's something that everybody wants to do? Even the little kids want to make their own custom trucks. Oh, hello, here's a side of the track I haven't chewed up yet. So yeah. Not only are they not willing to, make the game more realistic in the physics and let us make our own trucks or add any kind of like a simulation aspect to the game so that we could have like our own team. It's just an outright refusal. So I don't even see why there's any reason for us as fans, especially if what you want is a realistic game. If what you want is a realistic game, you're not going to find it in Steel Titans 2. So you might as well save your money and not bother with the game. That's what I'm doing. I will not buy Steel Titans 2. I fucking refuse. If they're just going to do more kiddie crap that even the kids don't like. I still own this game. I already spent money on this game, so I don't think I haven't played it in weeks, months. I just don't care anymore. I haven't played Monster Truck Championship in a while because I didn't really care for that one all that much. Come on, get the... Come on. Come on. Get it off its damn side. Oh, double front flip. And I only got credit for one. So anyways, I may continue to play this game and see if I can finish the rest of the championships. I may get around to that at some point, just in the spirit of, as it is part of my New Year's resolution, since we are into 2021 now, I want to go back and finish games that I started on the channel, and this would be one of them, and wow, I don't know. Come on. Nope, you're not going to fall over. Okay. Either way. Another funny thing I should mention. I follow Ryan Anderson on Facebook. Yes. Driver of Son of a Digger. He posted something the other day, and it appeared to be his son playing. It was either BeamNG Drive or it was Rigs of Rods, and he was playing it with the steering wheel thing. And I'm looking at that like, even the actual drivers for Monster Jam are having their kids play these more realistic games, Rigs of Rods or BeamNG Drive, because even they know that the official Monster Jam games are kind of crap. It's hilarious. Or maybe I was seeing it wrong and maybe he was playing Steel Titans, I don't know. It didn't look like Steel Titans. I don't know if Steel Titans has support for the racing wheel peripherals that you can have for your gaming systems. But anyways, really that's all I wanted to say. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 is coming. March 2nd, I believe, is the release date that they announced in the trailer. That's this year, so only about a month and a half away. It looks like a total copy and paste job. The trucks look the same. They've only added a few new trucks. A very small multiplayer component. Like I said, up to 6 players, which is pitiful. You're not going to be able to run a full like racing bracket thing. I don't know if they're going to have 6 players and 2 AI controlled bots to round out a full 8, or if they're just not going to let you do races. I don't know. Would kind of suck if that was the case. The physics, they claim, have been tweaked, but they didn't look much different. And they've added a bunch of open world free roaming maps to play around in. They're basically sandboxes. Doesn't really look like it's going to be all that good. I would save my money, and I highly suggest that if you're a hardcore realism fan like I am, don't waste your money on this game. Don't play it, don't buy it, don't rent it, don't do anything. Just avoid it. Stick with Rigs of Rods and BeamNG. If you're a kid and all you're looking for is to play around with some monster trucks and destroy some objects and drive around and do some cool tricks, I mean, sure, I guess the game will give you that much, but you can get that from this game if you already have it, and if you don't, you can buy it for cheap by now because it's already probably in the bargain bin, The TLDR is, don't bother with this sequel to Monster Jam Steel Titans. It ain't gonna be that good. And Monster Truck Championship is still wonky as hell. And also not that good. So, once again, if you're a hardcore realism fan like me, stick with Rigs of Rods or BeamNG Drive. Those are your 2 best realistic games. Multiplayer is kind of coming along with both of those games, so you can kind of play with other people. And as far as judging and racing, that stuff is kind of done by the community. They hold events and stuff like that, so yeah. That's about it, though. I didn't want this video to go super long. I don't know how long we've been going. But, yeah, that's good. Flip the truck over right when I'm just trying to get down off of that pedestal. Lord, just get upright, stupid truck. And all these ruts in the track. I'm kind of hoping that they get rid of that in the next game, although it won't matter because I won't be playing it. But, yeah. Just to send you off, here's a backflip. There you go. And it gave me credit for big air. Thanks. I did a backflip, you tool. Anyways. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 looks like they're not even trying. And it doesn't look like it's going to be worth anybody's time. Don't spend your money, don't waste your money on Steel Titans 2. It's not going to be any better than this one. So, that's all I got to say about that. So, hope you've enjoyed this rant. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay of me driving around, tearing this track a new asshole with all the ruts and shit. Tearing the truck a new asshole, all the body parts, the entire body's gone. Broke a wheel, whoop-de-doo. That's about all the damage you can do to these damn trucks, because they can't be bothered to put realistic damage into the game. Whatever. I'm done. Hope you enjoyed this. Be seeing you later. Thank you all, and good night.